it is almost a certainty that when the market comes down to these levels, extreme low and extreme high, that we are about to see a turnaround. It was strong enough to break through all of this, but it came down here. That's a wrap. I'm done. I am no longer selling this. I don't care, because there is too much probability for a turnaround. What's up, everybody? It's Giunta with Team Take Profits. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. In today's video, we're going to do part 3, last part of the Forex fashion series, helping you to identify the beginning and end of trends in the market, helping you to identify key levels, and understanding how to approach trends both on the entry and on the exit. So we're excited about that. Before we get to that, I just want to say, guys, I'm super excited. We're almost at 10,000 subs on the channel. You guys are so awesome. You've helped us get over 9,700 subs. I believe with this video, we're going to eclipse that 10,000 mark this week. So look, help us get there. A lot of people that are watching, maybe you haven't subbed yet. Maybe you've been checking out the channel. You've seen the different videos that we offer and the different content, and maybe you haven't clicked that sub button. I hope at this point that I've earned that sub from you. So, look, go click that subscribe button, click the little bell, so you know that when we give up, when we're dropping a video, you get alerted. And, look, let's grow the channel together. We're always putting out a lot of value and great content. So let's get on to the charts, and we're going to look at this Forex fashion part 3. I'll see you on the charts. When I look at this, now let's look at the current, all right? Because back testing is easy, front testing is not. So what happens here? It came down and retested the bottom of my zone. It came out of my wedge, did the move just like, I told you this when we were on last time. I told you what was going to happen, and it happened, right? Exactly like I said it was going to happen. And if you get in this trade, I called it out to the team. I put the picture into the into our team thread, and I told everybody, wait for this. When it breaks out, get in. And I know a few people got it. It's wonderful, it's awesome. But we caught 300 pips on this. That's an amazing trade. 300 pips. So now we caught that, and guess what it did? It literally kissed my line. It literally came up and smooched it. and it didn't break it. It literally came right to my line and then started pulling back. I didn't mark that line after this wick came. I marked this line about a year ago. I marked this line. Why? Because I knew way back in here, these zones were tried and true last year. These zones were tried and true 2 years ago. These zones were tried and true 3 years ago. So what makes this year any different that the banks aren't going to do the same thing? What has Great Britain done differently this year that makes their currency not going to do the same thing it does every year around this time? What has the Aussie dollar done? What has the Australian government done that makes me think that their dollar is going to do anything different than what it's done for the past 20 years in the same, in October and November? Nothing. I didn't get any indicator that said the Australian government is closing its doors. You know what I mean? I didn't get any indication that the Great Britain, that their pound is going to be done because all of Great Britain's banks are closing. I didn't get some crazy news like that. So what I'm saying is they're going to continue to do the same thing that they do every year, because banks are a machine. They do the same thing over and over and over and over until it's redundant and boring. We're not looking for something new. We're not looking for some new thing. We just need to, that's where people mess up. They try to reinvent the wheel. And you know why the banks do these things? Because when they know that they're going to keep going up, the banks know, oh man, I could just ride this thing all the way up. But you know what? From here to here is 300 pips. So if I know that I have 3 cents different, 3 pennies Man, that ain't nothing. 3 pennies? When you're dealing with a market that's $5.4 trillion a day, if you're catching 3 pennies on every one of those $5.4 trillion, how much money is that? For me and you, 3 pennies, oh man, who cares? But 3 pennies times 5.4 trillion, man, that's a whole lot of pennies. You know what I mean? That's millions and millions and billions of dollars. So when we look at that, the banks, they come up here and they say, I already know we're going all the way up to here. But I know we can catch 3 more pennies on every dollar we have if we just bring it back down to our zone. And this is the area where we do it right before holidays, right before this. This is an area of a tried and true area of resistance where there's going to be a pullback. So the banks are going to make their extra millions right here over and over again. Then they get here, they say, why don't I just keep going up since I know I'm going to keep going up? Well, because that's not how banks do business. They come up here and they say, okay, here's another penny we can make. 1 penny on $5.4 trillion. What's that, $540 million? Here's another penny we can make. That's $540 million for the banks. For me and you, that's $100 maybe. If we get lucky and, man, I think it hit that and we're going to try to catch this little. Nah, man, we ain't trying to do all that. But for the banks, that's $540 million. So then they say, let's keep going up. Now we have this zone. It's retesting again. So what do we got to do? We wait for confirmation because this is a zone where we could have a turnaround. All we got to do is understand that this line and this line is a major level of support and resistance. If we understand that trends don't start on low probability areas, they start on high probability areas. We're not looking for low probability trades. We're looking for high probability trades. We're not looking for a trend that starts out in the middle of nowhere. We're looking for trends that start on tried and true proven zones, right? That's what we're looking for. So all of this extra, I haven't even looked at the indicator. I don't even have indicators on here right now. I got them hidden. What I'm saying is go back and find the pair that you're going to trade. Don't trade 28 pairs. Find the 1 or 2 pairs you're going to trade. Mark them out. And then forget it. You don't need to mark it out every single day messing with the charts. And mark out your major zones. Scroll out, even if you have to go to the weekly chart. So now let me ask you this. Why do I think that this is going to continue to go up? When I look at this, now again, I've zoomed out to get more information, right? I'm on the weekly chart. Look how close I am. I know in retrospect, this is, when you look at it like from a perspective of the common daily trader like me or you, man, that's 3,500 pips. But when I look at it like this, look, I still got a whole lot more room to go before I hit that major top. So what I'm saying is I'm right in the middle right now, which is why you've seen up, 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 down, and now you're starting to see a little bit more sideways movement because I'm in the middle when I look at the overall big picture. But this started down here. This started way down here. Way down here. And it had a whole lot of room to go before it got up there. But I know this. When I'm looking at GA, which is my favorite pair, GA has paid my bills for 3 years now. I know that between this line right here and this line right here, that's my sweet spot. If it gets above that line, you will not find me in a GA trade. If it gets below down this line right here, you will not find me in a GA trade. I am not going to take it right here because I know that this is just silly. I'd have a long way to go down. What I'm doing is I'm finding them on my zones. Find those pairs. Go and mark up your major zones. Find that sweet spot from here to here. that you know every time it hits this line, I'm about to make some money. Mark that thing, lock it into your chart, and then know every time I hit that zone, I'm about to make some money. But all this stuff in between, man, I'm missing out on pips. That's okay. You can keep your low probability pips. I'm going to take my high probability pips. Let's zoom way out. All right, because again, if you're going to do that, you got to get the big picture, right? Now this goes all the way back to 2012. I don't think we need to go much further back than that, right?
Right.
We're talking about almost, really 2011. So we're looking at a very large sample size. Look at the chart. So I'm talking, I went back years.
Got it.
I went back 10 years almost. You see anything that goes lower than this zone right here? You see anything that goes higher than this zone right here? That's an extreme high and extreme low. You see this, my yellow zone in here? Boom, 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 boom. Major zone. Look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's that big head and shoulders right there. Up here. These touches all up in here. Now, mind you, these high zones, these are very rare high zones, which is again why. Look at what we're having here. We start to get into this. This is high, man. This is extremely high for this pair. It only went up all the way up in there once in the last 10 years. So really, where's the sweet spot? Just like I said, between here and here. That's the sweet spot right there. I know that when I hit that zone, the probability is I'm going to be there a while. And so if I can get in between these zones, I'm going to catch all that money in between there. All that money in between there because I know it's going to be retesting off of that stuff. Okay. I mean, think about it like this. When it was up here and for it to get all the way back down here, that was almost 2 years. A year and a half. And now it's climbing back up to go from this zone to this zone. Literally from a yellow light to a yellow light, right? That's been almost 4 years to go from one yellow light to the next yellow light. 4 years. So that's why I always promote go and zoom out and get a better picture, get a bigger view. Don't trade what you're seeing right in front of you. It's kind of like with the guy, as a pastor, I say this a lot in church, it's an illustration I use in church, but I'll tell people it's kind of like with God, right? When I go to a parade, if I go to the parade and I can only really see maybe the float that's in front of me, or maybe I can see a little bit what's past and a little bit what's coming, kind of get excited, Snoopy's coming, whatever. But if I'm up in the blimp, I can see the parade from the beginning to the end, right? It's that viewpoint. And I talked about that in church like it's God. We can only see what's happening in front of us, but God can see the whole picture, right? Well, it's the same thing in the Forex market. If I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, I can only see what's happening right in front of me. If I'm zoomed in like this, I can only see, oh, look, uptrend, downtrend. That's all I can see. But when I zoom way out and I take this thing to the daily chart, now I can see a bigger picture. I can start to see that there's some more things at play here. There's some other things happening besides just what I see in front of me. So we just want to get that bigger view. I don't want to trade only what I see in front of me right here, right now, because that's low probability. I don't know what's going to happen next. But when I zoom way out and see my zones, and this is how I identify my trends, and this is how I say, yeah, this is a trend. Sure, it is a trend. But I don't know if that's here to stay because look where it started, in the middle of a zone that it could turn around anywhere. I want to catch something that comes right off of my zone. I want to catch something that's, that it's tried and true. When it hits this, it's turning around. High probability. And let's find those zones that you can identify with and that you can trust. When those trends come out, I can trust this trend because it happens every year. It's Christmas time. Snowmen are coming out, whether I like it or not. Snowmen are coming out. Reindeer, Rudolph is going to be in somebody's house this year, period. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the trend that's happening right now. Santa Claus is coming to town because that's the trend that's happening right now. It's tried, it's true, it happens every year, it ain't going anywhere. Now, what would I look like right now in December walking around with some snorkels on and some beach, some Tommy Bahamas? I'm trading against the trend. That's not where, especially in Michigan, it's cold, man. Yeah. All right, there you have it, everybody. The end of the series, the Forex Fashion. This has been a series that I hope has really helped you. Both, part 1, 2, and 3, helping you to identify the beginning and the end of the trends. We've heard it a million times in Forex. The trend is your friend, right? We don't want to trade against the trend. And it's hard when you don't understand how to identify if you're actually in a trend, because it can look like you're in a trend periodically only to find out you're actually in a counter trend. So I hope this information was great and helped you. I hope it really helps you to become profitable. I'm getting so many different people reaching out to me on social media, even through the website, letting me know about how these videos are helping them. I love that. That's so awesome. I appreciate that so much. It really makes me feel good about what we're doing. And so this is the last video in this series. There's more coming, but that doesn't mean you got to wait. Make sure you go check out the website. We have so many videos on the website. If you go to our website, tradeandgetpaid.com, and click on the mentorship tab, look at the different options that we have that'll give you access to VIP videos, stuff that's not on YouTube. It's not anywhere. The only place you can find this stuff is on the website, tradeandgetpaid.com. Go check it out. There's literally hundreds of videos on there that are not being released to the public. It's only on the website. So go check that out, tradeandgetpaid.com, click mentorship, and you can see right where you can access all those videos. For now, don't forget, click the like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, make sure you know when the next video is coming out, and we'll see you on the next video.